All right, give me a second. It's not letting me go live. Give me a second. My live is not showing up. Oh, there it is. Found it. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and find the expectation real quick. Now, this is I'm going to put in non-farm payroll because that's what everybody's looking at. I'll look up unemployment as well. 18 hours ago. Well, that's from yesterday's. Well, here is non-farm payroll increases. Well, no, that's back in 2024. That's not it. This was yesterday. January jobs report expected to show hiring slowed. Unemployment rate held steady to start 2025. See what I mean? The unemployment rate, we already know, guys. They're telling us. They're telling us what it is. The unemployment rate held steady. So we already know what today is going to be. And this is that extra little thing that most people don't do. They don't know how to go and read the market. They don't know how to read the news correctly. Now, I watched this video yesterday. My computer froze up. But I watched this video yesterday. The guy had a very good take, but it's letting us know what today's announcement is going to be. We got 30 minutes, before that starts. I don't know, I don't know if the future market is going to react to it, but that's when the announcement comes out. So we're going to give you guys the 8:30, the 9:30, and the 10 o'clock, and just keep in mind that um, most likely the sentiment will remain for the rest of the day as Amazon and the rest of these Q4 reports kind of adjust in the price action. Yeah, it's still not giving me my computer back. It's frozen up. We'll give it a little bit more time. Is that it? Oh, again, I'm back. I'm back. Give me a second. It's rebuilding everything. Can you guys hear me? Did it freeze up the Zoom?
You can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my whole computer froze up. But I'm going to reiterate again what I told you guys yesterday, that if you just follow the economic reports, I've been I tell you this when you sign up for the course, that if you follow everything that I tell you to do, you will have an 80% success. You won't lose that much. And this is without me. This is without us analyzing in the Zoom. If you learn to use that cheat sheet and you get really good at your circle of competence at your economic events, you should know what that market's going to do. And throughout the month, you should have several economic events that you can trade. And if you only trade those, if you never trade the 10-2, if you never trade on the fly, and you only trade the economic events that you know and understand, you're going to have at least an 80% success. It's possible you might get it wrong, but you're going to get it right more than get it wrong. And then keep in mind, you're getting the analysis right. What you're really learning is the execution. You keep going into the markets, even if you start in simulation and you keep testing, finding your stop loss, finding your entry and your exit, the break even strategy, all of this, you're going to gain that experience, gain that competence, gain that confidence, and you're going to build up to an 80% success rate. This is what I want for all of you. And then you have the added bonus that we are doing it in the Zoom. Making sure, good morning, Sylvester, making sure that you know exactly what this announcement is going to be. So I want to encourage everybody, if you're not trading real money, simulate it. Even right now, maybe you normally do trade. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you don't have the money. Maybe you just don't want to do it. For whatever reason, you should still try to find a way to simulate it. Because this trade will only take about 5 or 10 minutes. That's the reason why I know you can find the time. If we get off of this at 8:20, 8:25, you can trade for 10 minutes at 8:30. You can trade for 10 minutes at 9:30. You can trade for 10 minutes at 10 o'clock. Take a 15-minute break at work. And this is why I always say, if you want to, you'll find a way. You'll find a way. If you truly want to do this, you'll find a way. Everything else is just an excuse. Which kind of echoes what I still say about the other students that are no longer in this room. Because if you really want to, you're going to. Everything else is just an excuse. Even if you simulate it for the next 5 years, you're still moving forward. You're crawling, but at least you're moving forward. But a lot of the people that were in this room were at a standstill. They showed up every morning. They listened to everything I'm saying, but I was wasting my breath. So I'm super excited to have you guys in my Zoom. And you guys have proven me correct. Because like I said, everybody made money in January. You guys let me know that I made the right decision. Now, my job is to show those students that I did not leave them. I did not abandon them. So I'm gonna try to work with them. What they learned in the roadmap was enough. So I just got to show them I'm not abandoning you, but we got a top tier now. We got a top tier of students in the Zoom. And hopefully I can work with them to bring them back into the Zoom. Everyone has a different journey. Everyone moves at a different pace on that journey. So I'm not looking down on them for their inability to move faster than you guys. No problem. But now I've separated, and now I know who needs the help. I can now focus on them and try to help them more. That's the reason why I did it. I wanted to know who needed my help more. And then now I have you guys as an anchor on where they can be. They can look at you guys and say, I want to be there. How do I get back in that value hunter room? That's where I want to be. I want to be in the room making money with everybody else. So like I said, I love the setup. I love the way that this is moving forward. I love the 30-day challenge. I love the 90-day masterclass. That is the vehicle that's going to bring them back into the value hunter room. Because they're and I can promise you this. I consider myself to be a very intelligent person. And I believe that those people that weren't doing anything, they were crypto heads. Call me a liar. They were double dipping. They were not dedicated to what I was trying to teach them. They were trying to play both ends. Oh, I can do options and still listen to Aaron. I can do Forex and still listen to Aaron. I can do crypto and still listen to Aaron. No, you can't. No, you cannot. So they were over there in crypto winning and losing and winning and losing and winning and losing. And that's the reason why they did not have the startup capital to enter into the markets correctly and make money. That's why they didn't have the money to buy the course, because they lost it in crypto. Do you guys think I'm wrong? And here's how I know it. Because some of you guys, when you first started with me, some of you guys were double dipping. I talked to some of you. I knew some of you were double dipping, but something clicked. Something clicked, and I know exactly who you are. Something happened over the last year where I said something, I showed something, I proved something, and you were like, "Yep, I'm here to stay now." Something clicked in your brain with something that I shared with you, something that I taught you, and you fully committed. But some of you were double dipping, listening to other mentors, staying in crypto. But I shared something with you where you saw the difference and you committed. And here's the other part. Some of you might still be double dipping. We all have a different trading style. Some of you might still be double dipping. But my job is to have patience. My job is to teach you, and hopefully I can say something, show you something, teach you something that gets you to fully commit to what I'm trying to teach, because there's nothing else out there. This is the Holy Grail. You are the goose that laid the golden egg. There's no point of going out and looking for it. You are the goose. I just got to get you to realize it. So we already know what this economic event is going to do. We showed you all the metrics this week. Just stay true to it. U.S. stocks futures drop ahead of U.S. payrolls. We already know what this means. We talk about this every single time. If we think the markets are going to go up, what are the institutions going to do? They're setting it up. Most people look at this and they have no idea what this means. Futures drop ahead of an announcement. That's confirmation. Thank you very much. The signals are there, guys. You just got to be able to identify the signals. Amazon hit late hours, so we know that they had a really good after hour movement, and we know that the markets kind of dropped, came back up. So we can expect the markets to be bullish for the rest of the day. I showed you a lot of the other Q4 reports were also bullish. So expect, well, and let me kind of give you the final summation. You can expect that the this unemployment rate or the non-farm payroll is going to hit, and it's going to drive the markets up for the moment. But as I said, they're not going to keep it up there. So you can expect at some point the markets are going to fall, because the institutions also know that of the Amazon Q4 and the rest of the Q4s, and they cannot have the markets too high. So even with this unemployment, they're going to let the markets go up on the unemployment, and you're going to see a sharp fall. And then after that sharp fall, I don't know how much, after that sharp fall, the markets will rebuild slowly. I call it cooking. All right. The market's going to shoot up, shoot back down, and then you're going to see the markets kind of cook, probably from like 10 to 11, 11 to 12. You're going to see a slow cook. And it may stay up. It may cook for the rest of the day. But that's typically what happens. You'll see a sharp 9:30 jump. You'll see a decline around 9:45, maybe a little bit early, and then somewhere around 10 o'clock, it'll pick the direction, and it might even be a nice spike again at 10 o'clock. But what you're gonna see is it's gonna be a slow cook from 10 to 11 or 11 to 12, from 10 to 12, whatever it is. You'll see another decline around from 12. Let's keep in mind, they can't keep it up there. They got to prepare for the afternoon session. So somewhere around 12 o'clock, between 12 and maybe like 2, 1:45, you're going to see the markets fall back down, preparing for the afternoon session. And you're going to see the markets rise again, another cook from like 2 o'clock to like 3. You're going to see another spike down somewhere around 4 o'clock. And then at the end of the market, you'll see a nice little 4 to 4:30 spike, marking the close for next week. Does anybody want to hear it again? I want everybody to make money today. If you don't have the money, simulate it. We talked about it yesterday. Everything is an opportunity. So let's go quickly into the challenge for the day so I can get you guys in before that 8:30. I should be able to do it in 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and do the day 5 challenge. Give me a second, let me pull it up. Am I sharing? Oh no, when the computer froze, it kicked me out. So let me go ahead and load. Let me close this and then load it back up. There we go. So let's do this challenge very quickly, guys. Today is day 5 of the 30-day challenge. And today we're working on our trading mentality. And that might be a little confusing because yesterday, day 4, we were working on our trading mindset. And then before that, we were working on our trading psychology. So what's the difference? Day 3 and 4, we're working on our psychology. I'm sorry, day 2 and 3, we're working on our psychology. Day 4, we're working on our mindset. And here we are in day 5, working on our trading mentality. What's the difference? Well, yesterday we were working on our growth mindset. But today we're working on our mastery mentality. Most of you have a money mentality. You're here to make money in the markets, and that's why you're losing. And we're going to prove it to you. All right. So once again, today we're working on our trading mentality. So we're going to quote once again Brett Steenbarger. He is a professor of psychology. He is a person that coaches the millionaires and billionaire traders. All right. So here's what he says. Brett Steenbarger. The best are absorbed in markets. Whether markets are trading or not, there is a passion for mastery, not just a need to trade. And that's the reason why most people are losing in the markets, because they're just trying to trade. They're just trying to make money. And I've shown you quote after quote after quote from the billionaires that tell you that money is secondary. Money is a byproduct. And your real goal is improvement and mastery. So let's show you how to gain this mastery mindset. All right. So your daily assignment today is to replace your money mentality with the mastery mentality. And here's how you're going to do it. You're going to shift your focus from achieving short-term monetary success in your trading to a more holistic perspective that focuses on your overall trade craft that gives you the best chance of having consistent improvement over time. That's really what's going to give you real money. You're making the money short term, but if you don't have that mastery mentality, you're going to end up giving the money back. So, once again, your daily assignment is to replace your money mentality with the mastery mentality. Step one, we want to focus on improvement and excellence. So, here we're going to quote Ray Dalio, the best to ever do it. Billionaire investment, he is the GOAT of short term trading. And here's what he says money is a byproduct of excellence, not a goal. Our overall objective is excellence and constant improvement. And then he makes sure that everybody understands, because he says, to be clear, it is not to make a lot of money. Let's echo his words again. Money is a byproduct of excellence. His overriding objective is excellence and constant improvement. And we need to take on that same mentality. All right. And that's the first step, understanding the difference, understanding your goal and your purpose. Focus on improvement and excellence over making money. And once you have that focus, you can now move forward to step two. Your new primary objective is progression. By eliminating money as your primary concern and profits and your primary objective, you remove greed from sabotaging your trades. Mastery is the real prize. But with progressive skills, money is a secondary gift that comes with it. I told you the markets are generous. They will give you the gift of money, no problem. That is not the real focus. As Ray Dalio said, it's a byproduct. The real prize is your progression and an increase in your skill set and eventually mastery. And on your journey to mastery, which we talked about in previous sessions, on your journey of mastery, you're going to get these gifts of money coming in. The market's just handing it to you. Now, along with your primary objective of being mastery, your secondary objective to make sure that you are focused correctly on not making money, we got to make sure that we're positioning you where you're not focused on the money. So how do we do that? Your secondary objective is to break even on every single trade. Every trade you enter should have the final goal of leaving the trade with the same amount of money you came in with. What have I said in the past? You take your full amount of money, you put it in the markets. When the trade is complete, you get that full amount back. Let's say it for you again. This is your new purpose. You got to say it back to yourself. You got to use this as a mantra. You want to be able to put your full money in the markets, and no matter what happens in that trade, when the trade is done, you want to be able to pull out the same amount of money. That's what we teach you in our curriculum. That's what we teach you in our courses. So your secondary objective is to break even on every single trade. And if you learn the custom break-even strategies that I'm going to teach you, it will keep your capital protected at all times. Your fourth step is to master your emotions. We talked about this yesterday, right? We talked about this over the past couple of days, right? Find your triggers, find out what's causing those triggers, and you either want to remove the trigger or you want to find out something in your psychology and remove maybe a trait, maybe your ego, maybe your pride, maybe your greed. So you're either gonna remove a trait that's causing your emotions to react, or maybe something in the market, something in your trading routine that's causing your emotions to react. So this is a part of it. And I love showing this to you because it shows that the previous challenges, the previous assignments in this 30-day challenge are all connected. All right, so we're going to take a quote from Peter Lynch, legendary trader back in the 80s and 90s. Here's what Peter Lynch said. He said, to master investing, you need to master your emotions. You cannot get emotional in making investment decisions. You have to be able to take the emotions out of it, guys. And I'm showing you step by step on how to do it. Take the advice from the previous days, find your triggers, find your traits, remove that, change up your trading sequence, trading routine, be consistent in that routine, and you're slowly going to see yourself develop and remove all of these bad habits and bad traits. All right, your new purpose is to focus on mastery, improvement, progression, excellence. Remove the money from any purview. And what have I always told you? If you remove the money and you work on yourself and work on your trade craft, guess what? You're going to make the money anyway because you're a better trader. So here's the secret of mastery mentality. Over time, it has been proven that 95% of traders will lose their money in the stock market. Of the 5% that make money, 95% of them will give the money back. This high percentage of losses is because of greed and no risk management. Removing money from your perspective is the secret to making and keeping the money when you trade. You want to be a part of the 1% that is making and keeping the money. And the one surefire way, the secret of being a part of that exclusive group, is to have a mastery mentality. Following the advice of Ray Dalio, that we're now focused on constant improvement and excellence. And if we focus on that excellence, we're going to make the money anyway. This is the day 5 of a 30-day challenge, guys. I want to encourage you guys to keep going with this. Do the assignment, put in the work, do the meditation, do everything you need in order to implement these things day by day. Don't pass it up. Don't procrastinate. That's the reason why we're going over this in a step-by-step, day by day, to implement everything we need over the next 30 days and the masterclass over the next 90 days. If you are enjoying and you're finding the benefit of the 30-day challenge, I want to encourage those that are not a part of it, please join the 90-day masterclass. All right, that's going to start a little bit next month, and that's when the real work starts, because we're going to take everything that we're showing you in the 30 days and we're going to start applying it. We're going to go into simulation and start applying everything that we're learning in the first 30 days. And as I said, you won't be able to recognize yourself when this masterclass is complete. Do we have any questions on this, guys? Are you guys seeing the benefit? I know we're in day 5. I know we're still early, but are you guys seeing the benefit of how everything is working as we're moving forward?
Yes, getting that psychology down is very helpful.
That's it. You now know where to start. And the beautiful part is, like I said, sometimes you may go through a losing streak. Sometimes you may lose sight of of your um your routine. So this also allows you to go back and reset. Man, I'm starting to lose. I don't know why. No problem. Do not try to find. I say this all the time. Do not go and try to find the one thing of where you're messing up. It's trying to find a needle in a haystack. You're just gonna frustrate yourself. So when you find yourself losing sight, losing focus, not winning anymore, you gotta backtrack and reset the whole process, because it may not just be one thing. You might be doing several things wrong. So my advice to you, and that's what this whole thing is going to benefit you, is that you can come back to the very beginning, start from the very beginning and reset every single point. And you will automatically fix everything. But to try to figure out what that one thing is, you're just going to frustrate yourself. This allows you to reset, and you know exactly what the step by step is. And I've been saying since the beginning that psychology is the beginning. Psychology is the most important part. And that's what we went over all this week, right? The whole first week is psychology. And then what you're going to see is as we get into the next week, now keep in mind, guys, we're going into a weekend, so we're not going to be able to talk about it in the Zoom, but I'm still going to post it on Saturday and Sunday. You're still going to get the postings. So you gotta be able to do the weekends on your own. We can talk about it on Monday. If you guys got any questions on anything, we can talk about it on Monday. But even over the weekend, we're moving forward every single day for 30 days. So I'm still going to post tomorrow. I'm still going to post on Sunday, and just keep the 30 days going. And we're going to do that throughout the 30 days and even going into the 60 and the 90. We're including the weekends. All right. I thought about waiting and just doing the weekdays, but there's a reason why it's called 30 days. We don't want to break, because that one weekend break might break your momentum. And I don't want to do that. So as you're going to see, as we move forward, you're going to see us do psychology first. Then we're going to get into the money, saving up the money so you have enough money to trade. And then that last part, that last 10 days, we're going to get into the education, the prime correlation and all of that. So this is all progressive. And then as you've already seen in the first 5 days, we're pulling from the previous days. So can you imagine when we get into the 60 days, when we get into the 90 days, we're pulling from all of these previous days, making sure that you understand the purpose. And as I've said, everything has multiple purposes. I'm going to pull something from the 30 days and the 60 days. And the way that I explained it originally, I gave you one perspective, and you're going to see me pull something from one of these, beginning days, and I'm going to reapply it in a different way. Every single thing I'm telling you has multiple purposes, but I'm not going to give that away now because it doesn't apply now. But this is all connected. Everything is connected. And I went over, systematically making sure that I put everything in the right order, giving you everything you need as we go through the 30-day challenge, setting up and preparing you. And then as we go through the 60-day of simulation, training you. And then as we go through the final 30 days of execution, showing you how to enter into the markets, because your analysis, you can get your analysis dead on, bullseye, every single day. You can know exactly what the markets are going to do, but that does not mean you're going to be able to execute the trade. You can do it all right in simulation. You can take your $100,000 simulation account and rise it up to $1 million. And as soon as you get into the real markets with real money, you're losing. That's what the 90 days is for. Preparing you for every single step so that after the 90 days is up, you are ready. I hope you see the benefit. I hope you're following the advice. I hope you're implementing. I hope you're visualizing. I am super excited with this new format. Hopefully you guys see the benefit as well. All right, let's get off, guys. I'm sorry I ran over on the 8:30. Don't worry about it, guys. And the reason why I don't mind the 8:30, typically these kind of announcements don't hit at the 8:30. It's specifically designed for the 9:30 and 10 o'clock. So don't worry if you missed the 8:30. You might still be able to get in. I also noticed with the futures, sometimes the futures don't react to like 8:45. So just be careful at the future markets, but you want to have the time to kind of research the 9:30 and the 10 o'clock. So do that. Let me know what you guys, how you guys fared, how you guys did. Come to the student room if you have any questions. And then even throughout the day, as we go into the Amazon, keep in mind that Amazon is going to react to the markets as well. It should be a bullish day unless something else comes up. But once again, come to the student room, ask questions. But I hope everybody is able to profit and benefit from the analysis we did this morning. I'm going to let everybody go, guys. I appreciate everybody on YouTube. Guzman, Eric, Sylvester, thank you so much. I'll see you guys on Monday, 7:45. Same thing with the students on Zoom, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Enjoy the markets. I'll see everybody bright and early on Monday.